everybody. We are back again with a little more
NFL football.
NFL football. We're down to the final
2 weeks
2 weeks. The regular season is almost over in NFL. We're going to do a little recap
of week 16
of week 16 and then talk about the final week
of the NFL season.
Our predictions for week 17 here just a
the
second.
last week will determine, this upcoming week will determine everything.
And this is really, there's so much up in the air. It's an exciting time in football. We'll go ahead and jump into our recap of week 16. We had two Saturday games again. We had the Redskins at the Titans.
And the Titans put their foot down on the Redskins at home like they should do.
And beat them by 9, which was what the Titans have got a great running game and a great defense, which is...
The Titans' defense is statistically one of the highest ranked in the NFL.
Yep.
And it's the man responsible for that is Dean Pease, who came over from Baltimore after a fake retirement.
Yep, he decided he doesn't want to retire. He wants to go coach some more. But yay for the Titans for him doing that, because he's got a solid defense
are out of the playoffs.
Yep, the Redskins are out. Speaking of this, we the surprise of the week for me, the Ravens went into the Chargers and put the foot down, son. They 10 points. Gave up 10, beat them 22-10 in L.A.
And the Chargers.
I mean, that was one of the best defensive performances I've probably seen the entire year. They just...
And what other team could you expect it from?
From the Ravens. Man, you're talking about two defenses. The Titans and now the Ravens.
Both of them are one of the top 5 ranked defenses in the National Football League.
But the Titans still have a chance to miss the playoffs, and the Ravens still have a chance to miss the playoffs. Both of them have to win this weekend to get in. Now, if both of those teams get in, probably nobody wants to play them, because the defenses are really good.
Emphatic, strong victory for Baltimore, and this puts them ahead of Pittsburgh in the AFC North.
Yeah, they could either win the division or they can miss the playoffs.
Win 1 week.
That's their choices this week. It's going to be crazy. We had staying in that division. We had the Bengals at the Browns. The Browns.
Oh my goodness!
How long did you say it had been since they swept them? They swept the Bengals this year. How long has it been since they've done that? It's been a long time, ain't it?
2002.
16 years since they swept the Bengals. Browns are on the way up. The Bengals are on the way down.
That's pretty much what... Yeah. Well, due to the Titans' win, the Browns are eliminated from the playoffs.
But hey, they're 7-7-1 right now and have the chance to finish with a winning record.
Cleveland.
After being 0-16
last
year, yeah. 0-16 to maybe 8-7-1. That's a good turnaround.
8 wins in one season from another?
Yeah. I mean, that means next year they'd be 16-0. From 0-16 to 16-0 in 2 years. I'd almost think that, but I think next year that they could win their division. If not, I think they're at least a 10-win team, maybe an 11-win team.
You'll have to credit the job that their coaching staff. Why am I saying this about Cleveland? Cleveland
it's
over
so positive
years,
right
it's
now.
So positive
it's
in
so
Cleveland.
Positive right now. Yeah,
but I'll have to give credit to Greg Williams for putting this team together.
What, 5-2 or 6-2 since
5-2 since he took over, and John Dorsey, their GM. Props. You guys built a
fantastic team to watch. Fantastic, beautiful team to watch. Great.
And that's one YouTuber or one internet person said. Whenever Cleveland wins, whenever the Browns win, America wins.
It's good to watch an 0-16 team turn around and actually be good. We had the Bucks at the Cowboys. The Cowboys put the kibosh on the Bucks, won 27-20. It was really 27-13. There was a trash touchdown there at the end of the game.
And then
won the division.
The boys are NFC East champions.
NFC East champions. They may not win another game after this, but right now they're NFC East champions. More than likely going to end up playing Seattle. So it'll be Seattle at the Cowboys, but we'll talk about that next week.
Yeah.
But, it's going to be some good football. We had the Giants at the Colts, and the Colts
squeaked one by
28-27.
The Giants were ahead in the whole game until the last minute of the fourth quarter.
Yep, Eli played a great game. Defense just couldn't hold it.
It's just Andrew Luck pulled an Andrew Luck at the end.
Yeah, which makes for an interesting game next week that we'll talk about in a minute. We had the Jaguars at the Dolphins. Jaguars went to the Dolphins and kicked the Dolphins out of the playoffs.
Yep.
17-7
They're
Jaguars win.
gone.
They gone. Speaking of gone, two teams that are gone, the Falcons, the Panthers, Falcons won. And just so I can say,
Yeah, well,
Cam Newton is injured. He's out for the year. I got a feeling he's been injured ever since the Pittsburgh game. They were 6-2, flying high, beating the crap out of everybody. I think he got injured in that game, and
Yeah.
they haven't won a game since then. They're 0-7, 6-2, and now 0-7.
in their 7 of their last 7 games.
Yes.
Well, now tell me why, if Cam Newton was injured, then why was he still in there?
I think some players just try to play through it. They just want to just buck up for the team, just go out there and just push through it. And I just don't think I think it messed up the whole chemistry of the team. I just think it did. We had the Bears at the 49ers. Bears won by 5. It was an ugly game, 14-9. That was like a 10-inning baseball game.
Well, you
14-9.
don't expect offense from the Chicago Bears, do you?
And you don't expect anything from the 49ers, so. I'll tell you, the 49ers will probably be good next year. They had so many injuries this year. They went through like 12 quarterbacks, I think.
Jimmy Garoppolo went out as early as week 3.
Week 3, and then they lost another one after that. Yeah. And this is probably the game of the week. Steelers at the Saints. Man, what a game.
Man.
31-28. That was exciting.
Until that, it was all happy and joy for Pittsburgh. Oh, we're going to possibly take the lead and beat New Orleans in the Superdome.
They had too many turnovers. Juju fumbled there at the end. Juju never fumbles. Juju's an awesome player. I love Juju. It was just
Fumbled the game away.
Wrong time. And there was another. There was an interception earlier and another fumble earlier. They had you can't go into New Orleans and have 3 turnovers.
I think it was all those were in the second half.
It was just bad timing for the Steelers. But man, what a game!
Man, what a game!
Man, what a game! That was
especially.
a good game.
You can't imagine how bitter of a taste it is in their mouths to see a hated rival jump them in the division.
The Steelers, if they would have won the game, they would have won the division. They lost the game.
They may be out.
Right now, they're out of the playoffs.
And now they're looking up at Baltimore right now. Hey, Ravens, how are you doing up there?
And guess who they are rooting to win this weekend? The Browns.
The Browns.
But we'll get to that in a second. Man, football's good. We had the Chiefs at the Seahawks. Seahawks looked good too. The Ravens and the Seahawks, probably those are the 2 teams that look the best this weekend. But the Seahawks were at home, and they do look good at home. Sometimes they don't look as good on the road.
The 12th man, and Seattle's been really tough to play at home since Pete Carroll came in there.
There was some incredible quarterback play in that one too by both sides. It was another good game to watch.
Well, it was Russell Wilson that managed to get the better of Mahomes that night.
Speaking of another man, we had some good games. Texans at the Eagles. The Texans needed that to keep the number 2 seed
from the
Patriots. And couldn't do it. 32-30.
The magic of Nick Foles.
Nick Foles comes in and wins the Super Bowl again. If they get into the playoffs, nobody's going to want to play him, dude. So they can be scary.
Well, he was through for 500 yards in that game.
A Philadelphia Eagles record in passing that game is 479 yards, I think, or something like that. That was a Philadelphia Eagles record. The backup, Nick Foles, comes in his second game, throws for a Philadelphia Eagles record against J.J. Watt.
What? Against J.J. Watt, Jadeveon Clowney, and the Texans defense.
So it was at Philadelphia, so they had a little bit of juice with them.
Well,
but again, that was another good game.
Now for Philadelphia, it's going to make a problem with the quarterback position right now if Nick Foles continues to play well.
If Nick Foles gets into the playoffs deep, are you going to bring back Carson Wentz, or are you going to stick with Nick Foles now?
Okay, now Dad told me that the other day.
Yeah,
if Philadelphia
it's good that Nick Foles is winning, but it ain't good either because now people are going to go. If Carson Wentz looks in one game, they're going to go, get him out of there and bring in Foles. He sucks. Wentz sucks. Wentz sucks. Think about it. It's a good thing that Nick Foles is winning, but it ain't so good either. We had a thriller in overtime. Packers Jets. Game didn't mean a lot, but 44-38.
Unless for the Jets, it meant a lot in terms of draft positioning.
Now the Jets get a better draft pick. It ain't a bad thing they lost because they get a better draft pick after losing this game. The Packers.
Big Al, Your Jets are gonna be.
They're gonna be better
in
next
good
year.
draft position this year.
I still think they get Le'Veon Bell and they kick that coach out, and then next year they're a playoff team.
Yeah, Le'Veon Bell would put so much pressure off of Darnold.
Mm-hmm. We had the Vikings at the Lions. The Vikings clinched down pretty good, 27-9 in that one. They did what they were supposed to do.
Hey, Detroit, at least you're not 7-9 or 8-8
No,
this year.
No, you're 6-10.
You're I think you're 6-10.
That's what they're going to end up at 6-10. What are they now? 5 and.
I think it was like 5 and.
Are they 5-10 right now?
Yeah, that's ridiculous. At least you're.
They're 5-10 right now. They may end up 5-11. I haven't looked at it. We had the Bills at the Patriots. Patriots won. That was sort of a gimme. Rams at the Cardinals. Rams won. That was pretty much a gimme too.
So, that's pretty much a gimme.
And then Monday night we had the Broncos at the Raiders. Man, the Raiders kicked the crap out of them.
It's like the Broncos didn't want to show up for that game.
No.
And it was on Christmas Eve.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Merry Christmas to all you
guys. By the way, Merry Christmas out there.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays. Now, in lieu of that, we're going to preview the final week, Week 17. Let's do a little preview on it. Sunday. We've got all the games are on Sunday this week.
All right.
We're going to jump. Panthers at the Saints.
Doesn't really mean too much.
The game doesn't mean a lot. The Saints may rest a whole lot of people.
Because they got home field advantage.
They've already got
playoffs.
home field because of the Ram. Yeah, so the Saints are favored by 9.
Well, they're probably going to put their backups in.
Yeah, they're probably going. But now their backup quarterback's Teddy Bridgewater, though. And, I mean, it ain't like you're stepping down a notch. A whole lot.
Well,
I mean, Breeze is an all-time NFL hero, but Teddy Bridgewater ain't nothing to sneeze at. He's a good quarterback.
He did lead the Vikings to a couple of playoff appearances.
Still confuses me why they got rid of him. I really don't understand that. They got rid of him for Case Keenum, and then next year they got rid of Case Keenum for Cousins and
Kirk Cousins.
Well, I don't understand what they're doing there. But anyways, we got the Cowboys at the Giants.
If the that game doesn't really mean too much for Dallas because they're not going to fall down to any position down in the playoff
They're not
race.
going to fall down or go up because the Bears are 2 games ahead of them. So, now, but the Cowboys want to stay tuned, though. I think the Cowboys win it because the Cowboys, you want to go into there with rhythm, and they need to work on their offense.
Yes.
So, Jaguars at the Texans.
The Texans have clinched a playoff berth last week with a loss by Pittsburgh.
But they need to win.
They need to win this game.
They need to win this game. So
they need to win this game in order to not be jumped by either the Colts or the Titans, which still can happen.
They can still, fall from the division winner to a wild card team.
By either the Colts or the Titans.
So the Houston's favored by 6.5. I think they win by 7+. Chargers at the Broncos. The Chargers could still the Chargers since they lost.
Well, they have to hope Kansas City loses again, and then they have to hope that they win this week.
Yeah.
In order to clinch home field.
They're favored by 6.5 at the Broncos. The Raiders just won at the Broncos.
They hosted the Broncos. Probably their last game at Oakland.
Yeah. You mean L.A.?
Or Las Vegas, sorry.
Wherever they're going. Who knows what they're going. I still think the Chargers beat the Broncos pretty easy. Raiders at the Chiefs. Chiefs will beat them pretty easily, too, because it's at the Chiefs. That'll be
Arrowhead's always tough
14-point
to
game.
play at.
Yeah, that'll be a 14-point game.
Despite the Chiefs having an awful defense.
And here we have the first game that can knock somebody out of the playoffs. Next week, Bears at Vikings.
Philadelphia needs the Bears to pull out a W.
If the Vikings win, they're in the playoffs.
If the Vikings lose.
If the Vikings lose
and
Philly wins.
Philly's in the playoffs.
Philly's in the playoffs. So this is playoffs week 1.
And the Bears are still trying to look for the second seed in the NFC.
So the Bears got something to play for too. This ain't gonna be no gimme game.
It's gonna be hard fought. It's in Minnesota.
The Bears are tougher at home. On the road, they're a little wishy-washy. They almost lost to the Arizona Cardinals on the road.
Well, you got Mitchell Trubisky at quarterback.
Yep. Which means
you don't know what you're going to get with him.
I'm going to take the Vikings.
You're going to take the Vikings.
I think the Vikings win.
You think the Vikings win?
And knock out
Philly.
And that will ease the Philadelphia Eagles' problems. Nick Foles won't be playing anymore, so people can't go, put him as soon as a starter. Even though the damage may already be done to some bit. But I think the Minnesota Vikings win, and they are the 6th seed. We'll pick them.
Interesting.
We got the Bengals at the Steelers. The Steelers will beat them by double digits. It'll be a blowout.
I don't know what their future is what their future is going to be, and whatever their future is going to be.
I think they're going to drop them down to
bleak.
AA ball. No, sorry, that's baseball. Sorry, you can't drop down an NFL team because they're horrible. They'll say the NFL.
You guys just got to wonder about their coaching position.
Mm-hmm.
It may be either Marvin Lewis or Hugh Jackson. What would you want to pick? A coach that's been there.
Can I take C? Anybody else but those two? I think so. Oh, because both of them are horrible. Now, here we go. Another game that could knock somebody out of the playoffs. Win and you're in. Browns at the Ravens.
Oh, boy.
If the Ravens win, they win the division. If the Ravens lose and Pittsburgh wins,
Pittsburgh wins the division.
Pittsburgh wins the division. And the other, whichever one loses.
And if the Ravens lose and the Steelers lose, the Ravens win the division.
The Raiders win the division. But the Ravens need this game badly.
Badly.
And the Browns are playing for the first winning record
Since
who knows how long it's been since they've had a winning record.
That what makes it so good about seeing Cleveland win.
The Browns head coach, Williams, said he's treating this like a playoff game.
Oh, boy.
Even though it means nothing to them, he's treating it like a playoff game. So we have the Ravens playing like a playoff game. We've got the Browns
playing like they're want to be in the playoff.
Playing like this is a playoff game for them. It's going to be some good football. Tasty good football right there. Baltimore's favored by 6.
In Baltimore. This is going to be in Baltimore again.
In Baltimore.
And for you Raven fans out there, I don't want to bring out any bad memories from last year in Week 17, where you guys lost on the last-second touchdown to Cincy.
But...
And you put Buffalo in the playoffs.
Do you think the Browns can upset the Ravens? I think they can. Do you think they will? Ooh.
You know what?
What?
I want to pick a repeat from last year.
Oh, the Browns upset the Ravens and the Steelers win the division. Oh, that means we got Browns plus 6 in this one. Browns plus 6. That's going to be some good football. And another play-in game. Colts at the Titans is next. Colts at the Titans. The Titans are favored by 3.5. They're at home, which means it's a 1-point game, basically. The Titans have the best defense.
The Colts have
the best offense.
Right, of the two.
Mm-hmm.
So, the problem is, for the Titans, will Mariota start?
Rumors that he's been hitting around today that he will be playing. This being Wednesday, he's been hitting around that he will be playing. So I think that he will be back. And as long as he's got 2 good legs where he can run a little bit and 1 good arm where he can hand off to Derrick Henry, that's all he needs. The defense and the running game should win this game. I'm picking the Titans.
You're picking Tennessee.
I'm picking Tennessee to win. Now, it's going to be an ugly, ugly game. It may be a 19-17 game or something, or 20-17. It's going to be a low-scoring game. But I am picking Tennessee to pull this one out. So the Titans will be the 6th seed.
The Titans will be the 6th seed.
The Steelers will win the division. And the Ravens and the Colts are out.
I'm sorry if I made any of you Baltimore
We're gonna probably
fans angry.
we're gonna probably get every one of these wrong, but it's fun. It's fun to talk about it. It's fun to talk about it. Now we got some just fun games. We got the Dolphins at the Bills. The Bills are actually favored to win.
The Dolphins are pretty much in give up mode.
Yeah, they're in give up mode, and the Bills actually won last week. So
the Bills lost last week.
Did they lose last week? Oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry. They lose every week, don't they? At least 10 out of the last 15 they have. Who do you think will win, Dolphins or Bills?
I'm taking Buffalo.
Buffalo wins that. We got the Lions at the Packers. At Green Bay, I think Green Bay wins by more than a touchdown. Yeah.
And can they get a good coach to replace McCarthy?
That's what they need to do. They need to get a good offensive minded coach. Somebody that
Mike Shanahan.
And how about getting some players other than the quarterback? Can we get somebody around Aaron Rodgers that's worthy of Aaron Rodgers' talent? Can we get anybody?
Yeah,
get a wide receiver that.
I blame the GM on that.
Yeah, maybe they need to get a new GM along with that head coach.
John Dorsey?
Something, I don't know. We got the Jets at the Patriots. Patriots are favored by 13.5.
I don't know what makes me sick to my stomach.
Wouldn't it be wonderful if the Jets won that game? Think of the chaos it would cause. If the Texans win and the Patriots lose, the Patriots drop to 3, the Texans go back to 2. Then that means the Titans, if they get to 6, the Titans would go to the Patriots. The Titans have already beat the Patriots.
So
It's so much excitement, man. Look.
Well, if Houston loses and the Titans are in, so if they're 10-6 and the Texans are 10-6, there's a good chance that the Titans could jump the Texans, and if the Patriots were to lose to the Jets, then the Titans would jump the Patriots in the standings
And be the 2 seed.
That just
What?
crazy.
That's some craziness. Man, football's good, man. We got the Falcons at the Bucks.
Draft positioning.
Draft positioning. I'm gonna pick the Bucks. They're gonna both end up 6-10. Eagles at the Redskins. I think the Eagles handle that one. They want to get into the playoffs. The Redskins ain't playing for nothing. I think the Eagles handle that one pretty easy.
Nick Foles.
49ers at the Rams. Rams will win by double digits.
Yeah, they're trying to prove their case.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then, last but not least, Cardinals at the Seahawks. Game doesn't mean a whole lot to the Seahawks, but I still think the Seahawks pull it out just because the Cardinals aren't
And
playing
it
for
just
much.
took 1 year, but their head coach Steve Wilkes is already on possibly the
he's on the hot
firing.
seat. I think the only reason they didn't fire him yesterday is because it's Christmas. They'll probably fire him now. Just now that the Christmas season's passed, he's probably gone.
He only has been there 1 year.
Mm-hmm. I think they said, "Whoops, maybe we shouldn't have hired him." I don't know, or they want to go to something different. But anyways, that's it for 16 and the preview of Week 17. We hope you enjoyed it. Be sure and hit us a like down the
Hit the
bottom.
subscribe button.
Hit the subscribe. Share us with your friends. Share this video. Share it on Facebook.
It's the season for
Share it on
giving.
YouTube. It's the season of giving. Give us to your friends. Anyways, but yeah, be sure to hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the groovy baby button over here somewhere. Other than that, we are done for the week, and we'll see you later.
See you next week.